Thanks for joining us back at the PSB Real Deal in the Ville, our final game here of the Kyle Moore PSB Showcase and PSB Real Deal in the Ville Session 2 is Missouri Phenoms taking on the Alabama Southern Stars. And it is the Alabama Southern Stars that strike first. Haley Troop with the triple. Marcus Burnett joined by Jonathan Hemingway. Two good teams going at it here, and I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup play itself out, Hemi.
The Kyle Moore PSB Showcase bracket here at the PSB Real Deal. And what this showcase allows us to do, or really the teams to do, is match up some Nike EYBL circuit teams versus some of the top independent teams from around the country, such as Doug Bush's Alabama Southern Stars, that is just loaded with talent. You see number 1 out there at the top of the key. That's Maya Taylor, already given her verbal commitment to Mississippi State, as well as number 20, Unique Thompson, who has a number of power conference school offers and other schools that are sitting on her. So these matchups that otherwise would not happen, because of the EYBL circuit, are able to happen here at the PSB Real Deal.
That bucket scored in there by Lauren Miller, one of the better players on a loaded Missouri Phenom squad. She gets them on the board with the deuce.
Right back the other direction. The other big post player, Unique Thompson, mentioned before, gets that offensive rebound put back. But Lauren Miller, as you mentioned, an elite prospect, in the top 25 in the class of 2017 per prospectsnation.com. She is an elite rebounder, a very good finisher around the rim. She tore her ACL a little bit ago, but she is still wearing that brace, as you can see, but pretty close, as close to 100% as you can get. Spoke to her father a little bit earlier this week and said that she's feeling good and showing no ill effects.
Another trip to the free throw line. They split the pair. That'll make it 3-5. That jumper off the mark there by Tamia Long. Too strong on the initial attempt, working hard for a second one. That one rolled goal when Unique Thompson rebounds the ball, trying to protect it. Missouri Phenom making that a tough task, but she is able to help them clear it. Taylor over to Troop. Troop already got them on the board with the triple. Now Taylor misses the jump shot, but they get another chance at it, and that is going to be a foul against number 1. It's Abigail Jackson.
We talk about it all the time. Second chance opportunities can kill you as a defense. And right there, the Alabama Southern Stars get the long offensive rebound. Taylor makes the sweet drop-off pass in the lane, and here we have 33 at the line. Kennedy Gavin getting 1 out of 2.
Kennedy Gavin, a part of the Dandy Dozen in Mississippi. Player definitely worth noting, and she'll make her presence felt as this game continues to go on. She helps give the Stars a 6-3 lead. Coast to coast, able to finish that one. Let's get this headband off me. Jaden Pimentel tosses that one over to coach and keeps it moving. Head coach Nick Bradford for Missouri Phenom Napheesa. Assistant coach Travis Wallace. Meanwhile, head coach Doug Bush for the Alabama Southern Stars. 5-6, triple on the way. No good by Long. Mental goes behind the back after poked away by Taylor. Taylor has been playing with some ankle soreness here throughout the past few days. A lot of teams and players banged up at this point in the travel season, but she was a game-time decision in the previous broadcast where they played the Southern Stars. They were just testing it out to see if she could go. She's been playing through it and trying to do what she can for the Southern Stars.
Yeah, I spoke to Maya's father, John, out in the lobby before the game here today, and was able to shake his hand and said that Maya's playing on a bum wheel, so to speak, but she always loves playing at Peach State events. Loves the love that she gets from everybody. She gets that assist right there in transition, so she's going to come out here and make the most of it.
Anytime you're a two-time Gatorade Player of the Year, you like to be a 100%, but your 70, 80 can often be better than most. Nice splash there. It's number 23, Aaliyah Johnson.
Really like what I've seen from Aaliyah Johnson this week. Saw her at a showcase game earlier in session 1. Here's a kid that can rebound her position, protect the paint. Now showing that she can hit that 10 to 15-foot jumper, which is ever so important for post players in this game.
Unique Thompson having a tough time with it inside. She was bothered by Pimentel. Haley Troop trying to get her second three-pointer of the first half. Can't get it. Pimentel uses the long rebound to start the break. And we'll have a trip to the free throw line for Lauren Miller.
Got a number of coaches in the building here today to watch this game. Most notably, associate head coach from Vanderbilt University, Carolyn Peck, on the back row, taking in the game. One player of note for Coach Peck and the Commodores is, you mentioned her name a moment ago, number 13, Haley Troop. Definitely on the Lady Doors radar, so to speak, as a prospect of interest.
You mentioned Vandy in the mix. Also some offers from South Carolina, Mizzou, Texas Tech, to name a few others.
Mizzou also in the building. Two of their coaches sitting too deep here on Troop and this Southern Stars game.
Yeah, I'd have some Mizzou representatives at almost every one of these Missouri Phenom games as I could. Being able to keep some in-state talent in-state when possible is always a good thing. Lauren Miller running the floor and finishing again.
See Miller's strength and strong hands. And that's a rare combination, honestly. There's some big kids out there, and there's some kids that can run and, protect the paint and such. But Miller's ability to catch the ball on the move in traffic and be able to finish simply, well, that makes her one of the best in the country.
Barber, a nice pass inside. Thompson blocked initially, and she will go to the free throw line. Unique Thompson, a member of the 5A All-State team. They're in Mississippi. I'm sorry, they're in Alabama. They have pestered her inside whenever she's touched it. Ten to 8, 2-point advantage for the Phenom. Miller trying to get that pass over to Michaela Wright. Knocked out of bounds. We've seen some teams with good size. Missouri Phenom ranks as good as anyone when you look at Miller, Abigail Jackson, Aaliyah Johnson, and then Michaela Wright, who's in now. That's not even talking about number 35, Jayla Everett. Guard/wing, who's got a great wingspan in there as well. Been quiet here in this game, but in the earlier PSB Real Deal broadcast for the Missouri Phenom, she represented the Show Me State very well. Three-pointer from the corner. Money in the bank there for number 23. It's Allie Kennedy. State champion there in Alabama. They're in the 2A division. Last bucket scored by Terry Smith. There's the aforementioned Jayla Everett. Can't get that shot to go. Oh, it's in the hands of Hannah Barber. Hemi, talk about Barber and how good of an addition that is to the Alabama Southern Stars.
Key addition to Coach Doug Bush's squad. In Barber, they get a steady ball handler. They get a kid that can make shots, but moreover, a competitor, a leader, all of the intangibles that you want out of the point guard position, Barber brings. We've had a chance to host her at several of our camps this past year, first at the Coach Hemi Showcase back in March. As soon as she hit the floor, the energy in the entire gym just changed because of what she could bring.
Barber number 2 there in the blue for the Southern Stars. Kick ball there on the defense. Number 14. And Michaela Wallace, a great spark plug for the Phenom. Brings a lot of energy off the bench. Never afraid to step up, take a charge, do whatever it takes to help advance the mission. Southern Stars get another opportunity here. They'll dial up a deep three-pointer. Terry Smith off the mark. Blocking foul called against Barber. They're on the Michaela Wallace drive. Number 20, Unique Thompson will check in for Kennedy Gavin. Also number 22, Tierra Dark. Tierra Dark, this were the old NBA Live, she'd have that padlock next to her name. Plays great defense. Trying to think the matchup, who she was guarding the other night. It was Shayla Biller. Yeah, because they took on Indy Lady Gym Rats Silver. Biller, a very tough matchup, and there were times where she really personalized the task of minimizing Biller in order to help her team get back in that game after a slow start. So a break in the action. We get ready for the second quarter here at the PSB Real Deal. Thanks for watching on SUV TV. We'll be back with more action. Second quarter underway. 2-point advantage for the Alabama Southern Stars. Good ball movement. Everett for 3. She gets her first triple of the contest, does Jayla Everett.
Everett is kind of making that a habit here on the SUV TV, isn't she? She had a game in which she had 6, I believe.
6 triples. That was a cheat code type game for her. Just seemed like everything was easier for her than anybody else on the floor in that previous contest that we broadcasted. Good hustle going on the deck is Abigail Jackson now. Michaela Wallace will get it ahead. That's Stovall, I believe. Stovall with a strong take, can't get it to go. Everett Pass intended for Jackson, who looked like she had already committed to going in to rebound the ball. Wasn't prepared for the pass. A good look by Everett. On the floor for the Phenoms, Amaya Stovall, Michaela Wallace, Michaela Wright, Abigail Jackson, and Jayla Everett. For the Southern Stars, Barber,
Nice
Unique
pass.
Thompson, who takes that jumper. Yeah, great look by Barber. So Unique Thompson, Barber, Alexis Evans,
Right.
Maya Taylor, and last but not least, Terry Smith. Go ahead, Henry.
Sorry, Marcus.
No problem.
I like the patience from the Southern Stars right now against this zone defense. Unfortunately, they're just not hitting shots, and they're not getting easy shots. There's so much length by the Phenom along the front line. Makes it really hard for them to get clean looks, close to the bucket.
Stovall can't get the triple. Nice snag there on the board for Unique Thompson. Allie Kennedy gets it to Thompson, trying to work a little high-low, but didn't like the angle there for Alexis Evans.
You saw Thompson snag that defensive rebound off, didn't you? Got off of the ground, strong hands, outlet. You can see why so many schools are tracking her from around the country.
USA basketball invitee as well. Hasn't been able to get the jumper to go, but I'm sure if you're Coach Bush, you're happy with that look. Right out to Everett. Everett fakes the pass out and can't get the bounce. Good rebound in traffic there by Thompson.
You know, her list of Auburn, South Carolina, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Florida State, Georgetown. Every one of them schools puts a premium on controlling the paint, having strong defensive rebounders, and she can definitely fit that bill. You see assistant coach from Florida State, Lance White, down along the baseline, taking this game in.
Stop the ball, Allie! Stop the ball now!
As well as Auburn coaching staff back across the back line watching.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Taylor over to Troop. Good rebound by Thompson, working inside. I'll have to go to the line to get these two. But man, her rebounding ability has been on full display over the past few minutes. In and out on the first free throw. Checking in for the Phenom, number 32. Brianne Burns. And number 3, Jaden Pimentel back in. Tied up at 15 apiece. Jackson can't get the jumper, but it was touched last by the Southern Star, so. Another opportunity for the Phenom. Jackson was trying to pass that one inside to Aaliyah Johnson. Watkins mentioned some dialogue that you both had in regards to the kill zone. You know, when you get a certain proximity to the rim, how it's all about going in and finishing versus trying to pass there. You see Jackson trying to work a pass inside there, to number 23, Aaliyah Johnson. That's just a tough distance to really make a successful pass. Then on top of that, not put your teammate in a position where the defense is just waiting to swat the shot. Foul there on the play. So Everett helps up Taylor.
Auburn women's head coach Terry Williams-Florida and assistant coach Adrian Walters sitting on the back line this game. I mentioned their interest in Unique Thompson, as well as a number of these other players here from the Southern Stars. Great exposure opportunity for these young women.
Thompson gets it out to Long. Back up top to Taylor. Taylor guarded by Pimento. Gavin with the jumper just inside the elbow.
Kennedy Gavin has played just fantastically in the 2 games that we've had her on the SUV TV. And you see her come down with another defensive rebound. She may not fit the airport test necessarily from a high-level power forward standpoint. She might give up a couple of inches on the interior. But I throw all of that stuff out the window when you produce just as well as she does. I mean, she scores it at a high rate. She rebounds, plays her position, is just strong, just going to get it done. And give me a kid like that over a 6'3" kid that, looks the part and, may have all the size in the world, but, gives you a stat line of 1 for 3 and, 3 rebounds, for a game. Gavin just simply produces. Even that one right there, she makes it happen.
See why she was a 18 and under runner-up in USA Basketball 3-on-3, the USA Basketball 3-on-3 competition. It's a great combination of strength and agility there. As the Phenom get a bucket to make it 18-17. This one's been back and forth, neither team giving an inch, as we are just under the 3-minute mark. Troop trying to take advantage of that space. She's been relatively quiet since knocking down the first 3 points of the game. Nothing helps jumpstart the offense like getting to the free throw line, seeing a few go through. She'll head to the stripe. Haley Troop, one of a cluster of all-state team members there in Alabama. She'll get a breather as Terry Smith checks back in. Baseline drive and met by Alexis Evans there for the foul along the baseline.
Evans, that's a big young woman right there. She is strong, tough, physical. Coach Christy Curry, her staff got themselves a 3A All-State player and a kid that's going to be able to come in day one and be able to push some people around, push around some of those upperclassmen and practice, get out there on the floor, maybe earn some playing time early on in her playing days at Alabama.
Score 20-19. Starz still up by 1. Ball on the floor. They go to the deck to get it. We'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow. Going to give it back to the Starz. We'll see a little bit of a 2-3 zone here for the Phenom. Long carves out a nice shot. Can't get it to go, but is able to save that one to Smith. Barber will reset. Try to get it into Evans. She'll kick it out. That's long. Another rebound by Evans. 2 for $1 sale on threes. That one kicks off the back of the rim.
Stop the ball here. Stop the ball here.
Good pass by Pimento. And the lay-in by Jackson.
Picture perfect fast break execution there by the Phenom. Defensive rebound, outlet, pitch ahead, lay-in.
I like how she didn't give it to her prematurely there.
Yeah.
Another dime drop by Pimento. We'll downgrade it to a nickel until she goes to the line and hits the free throws. But let's take a look at that last fast break where the two connected. Like how she didn't give her the ball prematurely. If she gives it to her 3 steps prior to that, then she makes it tougher because Jackson has to catch that and fend off a few defenders while putting it on the floor, taking 2 very long strides. The patience there gave it to her in a nice stride to be able to lay it in.
Great point guards give their teammates the basketball and positions to make plays. As you see Lauren Miller getting the offensive rebound put back there.
Make plays from a lot of different positions. Back to the basket. They're in the middle of the paint. Offensive rebounds. Good start so far for Miller.
Watch out.
Goes back and forth.
Watch out. Every time Hannah Barber catches the ball, it's an immediate pass fake. But Haley Troop, it seems like every time she catches the ball, it's a 3.
And the first half ends the way the first quarter started with the Haley Troop 3. Halftime here at the Kyle Moore PSB Showcase. Hand in face, good defense, better offense as Haley Troop ends the first half just like that. We'll be back here in Lebanon, Tennessee. Third quarter. We have a 2-point advantage for the Alabama Southern Stars. Everett throws it into Michaela Wallace. And we move on with the third quarter. Had Jonathan Hemingway with me in the first half, joined by Chris Watkins on the mic here in the second. Miller works that one inside to Michaela Wright. Access is denied by the Southern Stars on the inside. Troop gets it to the corner. Now they'll work it to Gavin. Gavin with a great move there. Got past Miller on the baseline, but unable to connect. You see some of why Gavin has offers from Mizzou, Auburn, Ole Miss. and Dayton, just to name a few schools.
What a way to end the PSB Real Deal right here with it 25-23 here to start the second half. Great matchup. Got a chance to watch it over on the sideline. See the hype for the Phenom really taking a toll on the Southern Stars here as they're able to tie it up 25-25 on that finish there inside by Michaela Wright.
Troop from the corner. Misses that one. Unique Thompson with the rebound. She's been eating glass the entire matchup.
That's one of the things that Jonathan Hemingway talked about to me here in between the half before we exchanged headsets about her ability to rebound both in and outside of her area. As you saw, she got that offensive rebound and steps to the free throw line here.
Free throw stroke there from Thompson. Wallace guarded by Taylor. Maya Stovall, number 24, now in for the Phenom. She's out there with Wallace, Miller, Everett, and Wright. Good contest, but Lauren Miller able to knock it down. One of 3 Kirkwood High School representatives here on this roster. Get that out of here, says Everett. She puts that long reach to good use. Ball poked away, but they're going to call the foul. They're on Tamia Long.
And one of the things you got to understand when you're a point guard coming off ball screen situation, not only need to be looking for your roller, but you need to be looking at the help side defense or someone that's coming up. And she wasn't aware right there, and that's why she was able to come over and block the shot.
At this point, Miller, they're doing a good job of getting her the ball in that elbow area or in the middle of the paint, just letting her read the situation, whether it's putting it on the floor and getting a couple steps closer to the basket, finishing inside, or just floating it up and in. Good job of running the floor by Everett. They get the find, but cannot get the shot to go. Long with the rebound, she's got Taylor running with her. Taylor will pull it and knock down the jumper. You saw Taylor go down a little hard there on that last sequence, but gets right up, dusts herself off, and knocks down a triple to make it 29-30. Coach Bush yelling wolf there on that play. Long had gotten the steal, but he had to let her know Everett was coming. She can cover a lot of ground with those long strides, but Tamia Long able to lay it in. Long with offers from University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, Toledo, as well as East Tennessee State.
Great looking high-low action right there, although it's denied on the attempt.
Blocked out of there by Thompson. So we get a look at that last three-pointer by Taylor. Playing through the ankle pain, knocking down the triple here in the third. Miller pulls the Phenom to within one. Troop looking to work against the smaller Stovall on the inside. Good drop off to Thompson and one. Like a few things about that sequence there from Troop. You see her do a lot of what she does around the perimeter, but has the recognition, even though Stovall is a good defender, she's got her size-wise. Gets Jackson in the air, and Thompson doing a good job of finishing through the contact.
Great job by Troop there of staying with it after she missed that first attempt.
All right, Taylor got the steal there, had that shot challenged. Phenom preventing any points from being scored there. Still a 4-point lead for the Southern Stars. Stovall has it stripped away now to Wallace. Back to Stovall in the corner for 3. Count it. Maya Stovall. The Parkway North attendee makes it 34-35. Troop wheeling, dealing. Gets that one to go off the glass. Tim Duncan announcing his retirement.
The all-time leader in bank shots in NBA history since they've been charted. Had right under 1,000 in his career. Saw it on Twitter the other day. The next closest person had about 400.
Takes skill to use that window. 34-37. Alexis Evans, nice job of defending that Lauren Miller shot, but Abigail Jackson is a pretty good insurance policy to have on the inside if you're head coach Nick Bradford for the Phenom. 1-point game. Tierra Dark looking for Evans. Abigail Jackson all over that entry pass. Stovall.
Again.
Second straight three-pointer.
Phenom using the press, trying to wear out the Southern Stars. That's why Coach Bush has got a whole new group coming in on the next dead ball.
Evans with the offensive rebound. Troop. It's over to Taylor. Gavin wants to get it to Troop. They double down, and Troop called for the travel. Troop has the advantage in the post there against Stovall, but the thing is, the help defense has been so solid that they've kept her from scoring the couple times she's went and tried to exploit that matchup. Loose ball picked up by Terry Smith. Smith over to Barber. Barber calls for it, can't get the three-pointer to go. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson leaves the layup short. Gavin to pass to Evans. They'll draw the foul on Jackson. That'll send Alexis Evans to the line. So a member of the All-State team there in Alabama. They're in the 3A classification. That's to the line with a chance to tie this game back up.
Fair Coach Bush right there in the background, you know, telling Hannah Barber to keep shooting. That's what she's known for, not only her ability to put it on the floor and make exciting plays on the offensive end, but she is definitely a knockdown shooter. One of the best players in the state of Alabama in her class.
Step back by Everett. Too strong on the shot. Smith gets it to Barber. Good swing to the corner. Long rebound goes to Gavin, and they'll get another crack at it. Kennedy wanted to get it inside, didn't have a good angle. It's gonna be tough there. They wanted to work it into Gavin, but with Kennedy being there in that corner, it's gonna throw your spacing off. That's tough regardless of who's guarding Kennedy, let alone with Everett
Now,
being over there.
If you're the guard in that situation, you either got to loop back through and come up to the top of the key, or you got to sprint through all the way to the opposite corner and bring your man with you.
Southern Stars will hold for the last shot here. Tough shot there by Kennedy, can't get it to go. Alexis Evans still working for it. And that will do it for the third quarter. 2-point game, Missouri Phenom leading as we get ready for the final quarter of this game and PSB Real Deal in the Ville Session 2. Fourth quarter underway, 37-39. Thompson misses the reverse. Therefore, the Southern Stars running the floor. Pass ahead by Pimentel. And the layup by Aaliyah Johnson, who's running the floor.
Great finish there inside. Thompson showing her strength. Ability to finish through traffic. She's going to step to the free throw line now.
Phenom moving it around. Stars sticking with them for the most part. Good box there by Troop. Three from the corner. Pimentel fouled by Troop. She'll go to the line. First free throw good by Jaden, makes it a three-point game. Second one pushes the lead to 4. Good pass inside by Thompson, but not a clean catch and handle there by Evans. Active hands by Troop. Can the Stars come up with it on the defensive end? Have to see the results of the jump ball and figure that out. And possession arrow will keep it with Missouri Phenom. Jayla Everett will have a seat back in. Is Amaya Stovall.
Stovall's definitely been lighting it up so far in the second half at multiple threes in the third quarter. To the Stars, you got to be aware where she is at all times.
Working into Thompson. She's doubled and fouled.
Nice entry pass and finish.
Good deliberate move there by Evans. Didn't waste time, didn't try a quick power dribble. Just went right up with it. Scoop and score there by Tamia Long. Makes it 43-43. Emmental floats that one up, won't stay down, tipped around, and in the hands of Long. Troop gets it in Evans. Evans back out to Taylor. The Mississippi State commit floats it up and in, tickles the twine to make it 45-43 in favor of the Southern Stars. They come up with a steal. Taylor, good cross-court pass to Troop. Shot in and out.
You know, Tripp knocked it down. You really like the unselfishness from Taylor, who herself wouldn't have had a bad look there from the corner, but giving it up, showing true point guard.
Agreed. She had just scored on a floater, helped get the steal. Could have easily taken that shot, but tried to get it over to Troop. Talk about that floater. We'll take another look at it. Even with one bad wheel, still good enough. Taylor called for the reach in there. Leah Johnson ties us up at 45 apiece. Stars turning over. For a mishap there for Barber. Jayla Everett back in the game for Missouri Phenom. She's on the floor with Stovall, Wallace, Miller, and Johnson. Johnson stops, leaves that shot short. Think she might have taken a chicken wing to the mouth there. Shakes it off and gets back on defense. Get the Thompson there just outside the elbow. She'll kick it out to Troop. Troop looks for Thompson. Thompson cannot get the bounce. Rebound by Miller. Miller trying to save it, but she does right to Haley Troop. Troop with the three. Coach was telling him.
Saying put it on the floor, make her put it on the floor, and you just leave it wide open for three.
And really, relatively speaking, was she wide open or did she just fail to put the ball on the floor? Because you look, that's a pretty long arm in her face, but that's not close enough. You know, for the average shooter, that might be okay, but that's, like you said, that's pretty much wide open for Haley Troop. Got to make her put it on the floor. Even the long arm of Everett, not enough to keep her from making that triple. 48-45. Kennedy Gavin makes the first free throw. Wallace over to Everett. Now pass inside to Miller and Thompson. I'm thinking she got her with body. It looked pretty clean up top. Looked pretty clean up top. So you see them get inside to Miller there. Yeah, had to be with the body.
Yeah, I mean, but what officials are taught, that if the defender swats down, especially with the aggression she did, they're taught to call the foul, as opposed to simply being vertical. So unless you know you're Shaquille O'Neal and you're jumping up and grabbing it, if not, officials are taught to call the foul, especially that's big versus big. It's different if it's a little guard going in there and the interior player swats down, but when it's big versus big especially, and if the defender swats down, they're going to call foul every time.
We have a 2-point game here with 2 minutes 45 seconds remaining in the contest, man. The team that minimizes mistakes is always going to come out in the end, so there's no deep epiphany there. But it's really emphasizing a game like this when I think you have good players on the perimeter, good players inside, a lot of things equal when it comes to the talent, but then also just the basketball IQ and just the savvy and the coaching staffs for both of these squads. So it's really going to come down to who can, when you get that layup, who can finish it. If you get that offensive rebound, who's able to cash it in and turn it into points versus, who gets it and wastes it.
And especially when you're at this point in the game, it's 47-49. Obviously, what both teams are doing is working, but does the coach pull something out of his hat? Do they come and run a special set play, a backdoor play, or a flare screen play? Do they throw a different defense on here to try to stretch, a lead from 2 to 6 and then run away with it at the end?
Barber hand off to Troop. Troop tries to go behind the back to Unique Thompson. As I knew that behind the back, if it resulted in anything less than a pass and a layup, I knew Doug Bush wasn't going to be too happy about that one. As he told Troop what the coach off Major League told Willie Mays Hayes when he made that first basket catch out in center field. With the absence of that expletive. Told him not to do it again.
Yeah.
Shout out to Major League, man. I don't think anybody past an 80s baby is going to really, I think kids these days, you mention Major League, and they're like, what?
Like, what is that?
Yeah. You get a look there at the Alabama Southern Stars huddle. Currently have a 2-point advantage, but a lead that is not safe against any squad with 2 minutes, 22 seconds left on the clock, let alone against this talent-laden Missouri Phenom squad. Barber with the ball, hands it off to Taylor. Southern Stars running some clock off. You got a very capable point guard out there on the floor. Not to mention Maya Taylor, a Mississippi State commit, but then Hannah Barber. You know, you're looking at a 6A state title winner there in Alabama and MVP. You know, so a player that's used to pressure situations, very comfortable. You put her out there on the floor with Taylor, you got 2 ball handlers in addition to Haley Troop that have ran a solid minute off of this clock, but Troop turns it over. Lauren Miller, you talk about versatility. Miller able to not only get the steal, but able to convert it into points on the other end. Taylor over to Barber, now she'll get it back. Tied up at 49 apiece after that Lauren Miller steal and score.
Coach Bush definitely has some confidence in his guards.
They have a Maya Taylor layup that won't stay down. Pass inside, and we're going to have a foul on the play. Timeout on the floor. So we take a look at a big play that has us tied at 49 apiece. Lauren Miller getting the steal. So quick there, even the cameraman had to catch up. She converts it into points on the other end. Apiece, 19 2/10 of a second. Missouri Phenom trying to take a win back home to the Lou. I get to go to the Lou the end of this month, man. My frat's having a reunion weekend there.
Oh, really?
I'm looking forward to it, Chief. Get back to my old stomping ground. First and foremost here, Phenom's trying to break this tie in their favor as we resume play. Looks like they plan on holding for the last shot here. It'll be an Everett 3. Miss off the back of the rim. Kennedy Gavin snatches down the board, and we get a timeout. 3 4/10 of a second is Coach Bush has to ask if they can advance the ball. Worth a shot. It would be nice if they can have an NBA advance the ball situation here, but they'll have to inbound it there from the other baseline. We'll see what they draw up here.
You know, when you're in the situation, I mean, 3.4, a lot of people still run the old Valparaiso play where you loop both runners over the top, try to hit an athlete running up. It's sudden death. So they try to hit somebody, then hit one of the shooters running. It's where Coach Drew became so famous. Or you want to try to hit your point guard or a player that can really get going, try to hit them on, on like a loop banana cut, see if they can get 1 or 2 dribbles, a quick kick for a shoot, or see if they can get to the middle of the floor and get a shot off.
Let's just see what they come out with here. Troop to throw it in. So they get a timeout with 2 9/10 of a second. So now they
what Coach Bush did right there, he used that second timeout. He wanted the ball, wanted it to advance a little bit. I mean, you know, we play National Federation rules. It's not like the NBA where you can just call a timeout and advance it all the way over half court. Do you know that line's right where the volleyball line is if, you know, you play on a high school court. So now he's going to actually draw up a play. See if they can now, again, probably get something with a curl where a player can catch it in their dominant hand. You know, possibly Barber, possibly Troop.
Much better angle to throw in from than having to go from that other baseline.
Or a lot of times right here, sometimes they try to get it right back to the inbounds player. Oh.
Barber to throw it in, she'll get it to Thompson. Thompson doesn't have time to wait. And we will go to a sudden death overtime. The first team that scores will win, and almost there. You'd almost rather see Thompson. I'd rather see Thompson just chuck it up and try to hope for the best. You don't really have a second to kind of survey the field and see what the next move would be there with only 2 9/10 of a second left. So the sudden death OT, I call it the OT that event staff likes across the country. No event staff at the end of the event, from the best to the worst, and we've got the best. I've got the best here at Peach State basketball. Nobody wants to see a 4 to 5 minute overtime period on the last game of the last day of an event. So the sudden death OT, as it is in Peach State basketball, where we tip off and the first team that scores wins, it's loved by event staffs across the country, and for good reason. And also makes for some pretty good TV here on SUV TV. This one's going to be decided by whoever can get it first and capitalize. Tipped off. And it'll be the Southern Stars with the first possession. Maya Taylor with it. You can just tell both teams knowing how important this possession is. It can be the last of the game, or you can give it back and not be able to get it back. Here's Troop wheeling, dealing, and ending the game.
Great call there by Coach Bush. Giving it to Troop, going one low and letting her make a play.
Haley Troop. All-State 7A in Alabama, offers from South Carolina, Mizzou, Auburn, Bama, Vandy, and Texas Tech. A couple of them on hand today. She could be doing that for you on your college campus down the road, possibly. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. Southern Stars winning OT.